Hey, what's happening? This is Matthew Ashton. This is my Milestone 1 review. And as you can see, I got my phone up here running, up in the upper right hand corner there. Let's go ahead and get started. So, very first tab I have here in the controller, first thing that I kind of worked on is getting a table view of news stories. And these news stories are actually coming directly from the FIFA.com RSS feed. It's being all the data is XML data that I am parsing. So all of these are the latest stories that are posted on that website. And what I actually also added is a pull to refresh, and also that little alert view that disappears once everything is done and loaded. As you can see, you got quite a few headlines there. And you can go ahead and click on a headline, and it brings up, of course, the headline again, and then also the description of the news story. I will also be adding a link on this page that will then open up a web view to have the full article. But for right now, in my milestone 1, this is all that I needed. And I was able to, like I said, get everything going pretty well here. One of the things that I ran into, here's actually one that I have to fix now. So as you can see, there are little like HTML codes or CSS codes that have are in some of the raw data. And I've actually had to go in, and I'll show you here. I have actually had to add a whole bunch of string by replacing occurrences of string to remove any type of instance where there's leftover CSS or HTML codes, so that way everything looks nicely. But looks like I have one that I need to add. So that's the first tab. Like I said, it took me a while to kind of go through. As you can see, I have all of my parsing stuff here. I do have alerts in there if there is no internet connection. And then obviously here's the alert stating that it's getting all the news. I also have an alert in there if for some reason the RSS feed didn't come through properly, whether or not it was a internet connection or just whatever it might be. And then yeah, that's pretty much it for that. So if we go over on the second, go back over to phone here, middle tab. So I have a schedule of all the games, and these are all the teams that are in the World Cup. And as you can see here, select a country, see the group stage matches. So what you can actually do, select it, and you're able to see that country's 3 games, when they are, and the time. Let's see who they're playing. If you go ahead and click on, let's just say Brazil versus Mexico, it then brings up another view that lists Brazil versus Mexico, date, time again, as well as the stadium that's being played at. And as you can see here, I have a button for add to calendar. So what you do when you add to calendar, it's going to prompt you if you want to add this game to your calendar. If you go ahead and click yes, it gives you an alert whether or not it's successful. This one has been successfully added to my calendar. And so what it does is, using the event kit, I actually switch over to my calendar here, show you what was just added. Yeah, as you can see here, Brazil versus Mexico, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And as you click on it, you can show that it's for the default calendar. An alert has been created at 3 p.m. and yeah, for that day. And obviously you can do that for any single match that comes through. So yeah, so those were the major milestones. For my next milestone 2, I have to create the 3rd and 4th tab. I've also added a search bar in here where you can search, and it brings up different countries and everything, and then you can use that to select. That took me a little bit to figure out, and that was not one of the initial features, but I went and added that because I had a little bit of time left over tonight. So some of the major problems that I had, obviously the CSS and HTML descriptions being left in there, or strings being left in there. That was a little confusing. Also having some problems here in the schedule, because obviously I have a whole bunch of games that are created as objects and then stored within the team as an object, and it took me a little bit to get everything to pass properly between all those different views. But after a couple hours, I was able to get everything squared away. Obviously, a lot of teams and games there, but I was able to get everything squared away. And that's really it. It was a pretty good week. Like I said, I was able to get all my milestones completed, and yeah, I'm looking forward to starting milestone 2. All right, so that's it. This is Matthew Ashton against my Milestone 1 review for ADP. See you guys next week.